Alright, the normal rare event literally just finished. Synchro Event is already here. I haven't even had the time to sit down and build a deck for it properly until today. So, good stuff, Konami. Honestly, this is the first time I was surprised by Master Duel since its release, so good job. Keep the content fresh and keep it coming. Obviously, we gather here to discuss one question and one question only. Can we make a Thunder Dragon pile work in this sort of event where we can only use synchro monsters in the extra deck? Let's find out. I've got to say these events are still very fun. The ladder is not something that is interesting for me personally right now. There's no really an incentive to play this, but the events still very fun for the deck building process. All the YouTube videos I've seen on the different type of decks you could play, these type of decks, they have all bored me. Very linear combo decks or decks that don't even play synchros at all. I wanted to find something that is more fun, but it's still very, very good. So I found this 60 card pile that we played a couple of months ago in the regular Master Duel format that works just really well in the Synchro event as well. You just exchange a lot of cards in the extra deck for synchro stuff, and then you put a card like Plague Spreader Zombie in there that's a formidable tuner, and you already have a very good deck with the Zombie engine already having Uni-Zombie in there and this Strudo also being an incredible tuner. But one after another, I want to talk about what this deck is supposed to do and, you know, the different engines and how they work together. So, this is a 60 card pile deck, and inherently we want to go second. So if we have the chance to choose, we want to go second because we have a lot of cards in the deck that interact very well with our opponent and can break boards very easily. Cards like Yazi in the extra deck also make it inherently easier for our deck to go second. A card like the Strudo being able to special summon itself from the grave if you mill it with Grasslook Screener as well. Let's talk about Grasslook Screener first when it comes to the individual cards. If you have more cards in your deck than your opponent does, once again, send cards from the top of your deck to the grave so you have the same number of cards in the deck as your opponent. Most people in this event will most definitely play 40 cards because they want to, you know, either they play the loner decks or they play True Draco, which is like, you know, they want to play as little cards as possible in the deck in terms of size. So you definitely will always be able to mill a lot of cards. And this mills a lot of different engines. So, for example, one of the most broken cards it can mill is Fairy Tale Snow. Quick effect in the grave, of course, banish 7 cards, hand, field, or grave, special summon it, and then on the field you can, you know, target a monster your opponent controls and book it face down. Put it to face down defense position. We also have this Strudo, which is a very good card to mill because this enables your synchro plays, level 7 synchro plays. Target a level 6 monster on the field, special summon this card, but you have to pay half your life points, and then this card's level gets reduced by the monster you targeted. So you will always be able to make a level 7 synchro monster with it, or you can also synchro with another monster, a monster that is different from the one you targeted, and go into other link, or not link, but synchro plays. We also can mill the Zombie engine. We play 2 Uni-Zombie, 3 Solitaire still, 2 Mizuki, but now we also play 2 Plague Spreader Zombie. Plague Spreader Zombie is incredible in this specific version for this event because this with any level 8 monster makes Baron de Fleur, which is a key card in the deck that I think you definitely need if you want to play this version. But also you can send these very easily to the grave with Uni-Zombie. You can also mill it with Grasslook Screener as mentioned, but you can and also reborn it with Mizuki and then use it again. So there's a lot of synergy with the zombies that are already in the deck. Then we play Danger Monsters. These are very nice because they are able to combo in different ways with your Destrudo. So for example, if you have a level 3 and a level 4 Danger Monster on the field, or any level 3 or level 4 monster, you can actually use Destrudo on the level 3 monster, and then with the level 4 monster that you control, you can go into something like Chaos Ruler as well, which is really nice. We also play 1 Bigfoot and 2 Thunderbird because we go second inherently, and Thunderbird is really good versus True Draco and all of those kind of decks, but also it makes Baron de Fleur really easily with Plague Spreader Zombie. And these all being free special summons is really good in an event like this, where even just monsters on the board apply a lot of pressure. Nessie, of course, they're level 7, so sometimes you can go for neat plays where you can go into Baron de Fleur with a normal summon Ash Blossom or something like that. We play a huge Thunder Dragon engine. I think Thunder Dragon Hawk is even at 2 for this event. I don't feel the necessity to play 2, but if you feel like playing 2, definitely go for it. It's not, you know, it doesn't really change anything significantly about the deck. We also play Thunder Dragon Duel, and you could think about even playing more of this card and even playing potentially something like, I don't know, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. Where is it? Here. If you have cards like this, you know, just boss monsters that you want to slam down, definitely go for it. Even a card like Orbital Hydrolander could be something that is somewhat interesting to look at. Right? It's a card that we've played in the other event as well, the normal rare event. So, you know, you have a lot of different options. Also, main deck boss monsters being very good in this format. These are more or less the main engines that you want to mill with Grasslok Screener. We also placed cards that support this strategy: Allure of Darkness, banishing our Thunder Dragons, getting Grasslok Screener more easily to our hand, and Pot of Desires, just drawing 2 cards is always nice. Crazy to see this card at 3 now in the Master Duel. Feels like forever since this card has been to 1 in the TCG, even though it's only been like 2 months. We also played 2 Teleport. This is a new addition. I put this in the deck so we can summon Cyframe Gear Gamma from our deck because it's a tuner, and this enables a lot of cool plays. Let's actually talk about going second cards in general. We play 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Gamma, and also 3 Droplet. I feel like, you know, versus the combo decks, this has been enough. And also very often you can break the combo deck sports only with your going second cards like Dangers, or even your engine cards, you could say, in this deck, right? Your Destrudos with Yazi and all those cool cards. We also play 5 Spell Trap removal cards, specifically 5 because I think statistically this works out really well. Lightning Storm because I only have 1, so if you have multiples of these definitely go for it. But also Twin Twister, I feel like discarding cards in this deck can be super good. Getting your Snow in the grave is really nice. But also Cosmic Cyclone, you want to have a bit more removal than just 4, right, to out those annoying floodgates. But what do we summon with all of these cool monsters that we can get on board? That is about the extra deck. I try to make this extra deck as free-to-play friendly as possible, at least if you already have the 60 cards pile deck to some degree, you know, maybe some engines there. You can craft a lot of those things, but for the extra deck, the Synchro monsters are very expensive, ultra rares. This is what I've come up with, and if you have better options, definitely go for them. I think the one that I really want to point out is Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because in this deck, this card would be incredibly good with something like Stardust Charge Warrior, and then a Plague Spreader Zombie to go into this, and this also beats over a lot of the opponent's monsters in this format, which is incredible. The first one being Shiranui Samurai Saga. I have never summoned this card before, so I won't talk about it for very long, but in theory you can make this card with Plague Spreader and something like Mizuki or Shiranui Solitaire. It basically shuffles a zombie monster from your banished pile back into your deck, and then you can run over some stuff of your opponent, changing attack and stuff. It's not really what we're too interested in. What I like more is Stardust Charge Warrior for the level 6 spot. If it's Synchro Summoned, you can draw a card, and it can attack all special summoned monsters your opponent controls once each. You know, just drawing a card is very nice. The other one that draws the card is Coral Dragon, with the difference being this is a tuner, while Stardust Charge Warrior is not a tuner. So sometimes what can be very nice, if you go second, you make Yazi, and you special summon Mari from the deck. Mari then summons a couple of tokens. You go for Coral Dragon with Mari and one of the tokens, and then with Coral Dragon and Mari you go into shooting Riser Dragon and drawing a card in the process while putting Snow in the grave. This is more or less a standard combo you can do going second, which is, you know, really good in this format, honestly. Because once per turn you can discard a card and target a card your opponent controls destroyed. Nice little neat effect. And then if this Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the grave, you can draw a card. We also played Juju. I mean, honestly, I haven't really summoned this, but in theory, this is not even too bad. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while you have 2 or more monsters in your grave with the same original type and attribute, but different names. So, for example, Dragon Dark and Dragon Roar, if you have both of them in the grave, can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. And you can banish 2 monsters from your grave with same original type and attribute, but different names, target a card on the field, and send it to the grave. Not too bad. I think it's a nice utility card. I had this in my my inventory anyway, so that's why I put it in. Yazi is a key card of the deck. With Destrudo, you always go for this going second, so it's also one of the main reasons we even played the deck as a going second variant in the first place. Cyframe Lord Zeta is a very nice level 7 Synchro monster that is also an interruption during your opponent's turn. Once per turn, you can, as a quick effect, target a special summoned monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position and banish both this card and that monster until your next standby phase. Really nice card. Shooting Riser Dragon is incredibly broken because this can just send Snow and just have it ready for the next turn. And also Synchro Summon on the opponent's turn. So you can send Snow. This will get a level 3 because its level gets lowered by the level of the monster that you sent. And then you can Synchro with this card on your opponent's turn. So then you can make Zeta on their turn with Snow if you summon it back, and then have Snow again in the grave. So there's a very nice interaction, very similar to IP Masquerena in the TCG. We play Wind Pegasus at Ignister. This, during your main phase, destroys spell and traps your opponent controls up to the number of at Ignister monsters you control, including itself, so this just pops a back row. In the grave, it has a neat effect where you can shuffle a card your opponent controls in the deck if a card you control gets destroyed in any way. Colossal Fighter, literally just randomly in here. Beals is pretty nice, because this also makes your matchup versus any weird deck that basically just runs cards that you can't run over in terms of attack points. This just deals with all those cards, and also can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so versus some decks this is just in general very nice. Chaos Ruler, standard. don't have to talk about it. Mistworm should be Trishula, but I don't have it. But I haven't really made it, so it's not even that important. Target up to 3 cards here upon controls. Return those targets to the hand if it's synchro summoned. Hot Red, I literally never made. Vermilion, Dragon Mech. You can banish 1 Tuna from your hand, grave, or face-up field and target a card on the field destroyed. Sometimes a need removal. And then Baron de Fleurs, obviously your main negation, being such a good card. Alright, let's take a look at some replays, take a look at some gameplay. Alright, we choose to go second. Of course, you could also build this deck in a way where you could just go first and make a huge board with like Snow in the Grave and Baron. And it would probably still work out really well, but I like breaking boards, you know, when I have the most fun in Yu-Gi-Oh! When I can build a deck or play a deck that just breaks boards. Alright, they don't seem to do a whole lot. Set a card, that's fine with us. And where I can just try to break boards and have a lot of very interactive cards in my deck. I think the interaction also shows mostly which player can interact or use their cards in better. It's also more fun in comparison to when I play the TCG. Of course, there's a lot of combo decks and a lot of very crazy stuff running around, and you have to play going first decks. So that's why in a fun event like this, you can definitely pull this off and still have a very good win rate for sure. So we're gonna use Thunderbird here. Destrudo, that's super nice. You know, best discard, of course. Special summoning the Thunderbird. We could have also thought about maybe shotgunning the Cosmic Cyclone potentially. Or we don't know. I think one of the played cards is maybe Impermanence, Droplet. You know, you can definitely think about these more or less standard cards. That's why maybe I would use the Cyclone here. Just randomly throwing it in there. I don't think Order is banned. So who knows, maybe it's Order. But even then, it doesn't really matter too much. But it's Cyclone and we get punished super harder. Oh my god, that is so bad for us. That is such a hard punish. We should have used, you see, I said we should have used this earlier. Just to get rid of this, how do you say, like, probability or whatever you want to call it. You can banish this card from your grave, target, okay, it's treated as a tuner. Well, this looks like a pretty, like a fun deck. What we would have done if we would have been clever and used the Cosmic Cyclone in the draw phase or standby phase, or even just in the main phase as our first move, we could have normal summoned the Mizuki, used the Disruder from the grave, special summoning Yazi, destroying their face down monster, then summoning Mari Mari, and basically, you know, just OTK them. Or maybe not even OTK, but rather establish Snow with the Shooting Riser to use Snow twice. So that would have been really good. Let's see what we can draw. We draw Thunder Dragon, Hawk. That's not really too good, but they don't seem to have anything going on. So I want to put them on the clock at least and attack with Mizuki. Also, next turn we can make Mari Mari if we don't have to use our Ash Blossom. So that's why I would normal summon the Mizuki here. And you know, most decks, they cannot play through Droplet with Ash in this sort of format. They pass. I wonder what kind of deck they're playing. I don't really know what this level 1 monster here is supposed to do. I would... So the fact that they didn't put even any cards on the board makes me a bit hesitant. I do feel like normal summoning Dragonhawk could be pretty nice, because then... Well, it's level 6, right? So it doesn't really work with Ash on the following turn as a synchro material. So, you know, just going to battle phase and continuing the clock. We don't want to activate Twin Twister. For sure. Alright. Let's see what they can do. Maybe they finally draw a playable engine card, something that they can play, so we can see what they're even playing. Or we should definitely turn the toggle on at least, so we can Ash whatever they're top decking. Is there Valkyria? This is a card as normal, so you can add one Valkyrie card. I think I want to Ash this, right? Definitely want to Ash this. Yes. Maybe, I don't think we want to Droplet this, just because Droplet is such a versatile card that we can use in other ways as well. But if you see something that you can Ash, especially if it's a card that just says like add one generic card from your archetype to your hand, I think you definitely want to, just want to negate that with Ash. Right, let's see. Solitaire is of course the top deck that we needed. Let's actually just normal summon this. And then we can tribute, we could even tribute the Mizuki. But it doesn't matter. We're going to tribute the Solitaire. And then we're going to get out the Uni-Zombie. And now we can actually do the thing that I wanted to do earlier, where we go for Yazi. We're not going to use the Uni-Zombie effect, otherwise we can't attack this turn. They're only on 46 life. So potentially we can end it this turn depending on if they have an Ash, which is not too unlikely since they didn't have any other plays on the last turn. If they don't have any plays, usually you can, and these are some reads that you can make as a player. If they didn't have any other plays the last turn, probably they have hand traps in their hand or something that they can use in response to your actions, but they don't, it seems like. So let's see. We're gonna use Mari Mari to actually just make 2 tokens. It doesn't matter if you make 2 or 3, but it just saves some time if you only make 2. Oh, they have Nibiru. Okay, that makes sense. They summon Nibiru. I think, yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad for us, of course. We don't have any Thunder Dragons in the grave. We have Mizuki to potentially put Unizombie on field. We haven't used Unizombie's effect. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use Mizuki. That's fine. We're still in this. We can use Mizuki to special summon the Unizombie back from the grave. The great thing is at least now we don't have to worry about the Nibiru anymore, right? So we're going to put the... Yeah, we're going to... Actually just going to put a zombie to the graveyard from the deck. Now, I think I want to get Mizuki, another Mizuki to the grave. And we're going to use Mizuki to summon back the Solitaire. And then we go for Chaos Ruler and try to find something like Snow, maybe Thunder Dragon cards that we can summon back with the Thunder Dragon Hawk that we have in the hand already. Something like that. And if nothing like that, then just follow up. And the Chaos Ruler is also just a nice card. You could also think about just getting out Beals here, which is also a very nice, you know, boss monster, you could say. But I like to extend because I'm a very greedy player. So I'd rather just go for the Chaos Ruler, see where we can hit off that. Alright, let's use that. Yes, use the effect. Let's see, what can we hit? Solitaire, not too good. Mothman, that's at least a card that we can add. Snow, very, very good. Alright. So the mill was already successful, you could say. Yeah, let's add the Mothman. Add the Mothman. Even though there are no cards that we can more or less, you know, like a tuner that we could extend with. This is still very, very good. I think I want to use the Mothman even very greedily here in our hand. So obviously it gets hit, but I'm even going to use the effect just to get more cards in the grave as well. We get a lure. Interesting. We could get rid of the Hawk and then banish the Hawk with the Snow. And this is already almost... Yeah, I'm going to do that. So they can get rid of anything. And then what we're going to do is... Oh, Lava Golem. Oh my god. We're going to use Snow here. And we're going to banish 7. Obviously, we're going to banish 7. We don't have any choice. We're going to banish... But which ones we're going to banish is important. We're going to banish the... Yes, we're going to banish the Hawk. And then we shuffle both the cards that we have in our hand back into the deck. Probably, right? Not only one. You could also think about, of course, putting only back the Twin Twister, hoping to draw a Dark Monster. That we could then banish. Maybe we're actually going to do that. You know what? I think we're going to do that because we just want to see a lot of cards. So I think I'm going to take that gamble. Yeah. See if we draw a Dark Monster. Nice, we draw a Dark Monster. Let's see if we can draw Thunder Dragons. Then with the best player, of course. Oh, we don't see Thunder Dragons. But this is also game, I think. Because now we can use Nessie. And... Alright, they hit the Nessie. That's fine. That doesn't really matter. It's honestly better for us because I'm stupid, of course. We could have also used the emergency teleport right at the beginning. So we're going to use the teleport now. Use the teleport to get the Gamma. And we forgot to trigger the Snow. We actually wanted to put this in face down defense position. But now it doesn't matter anymore because we can just go for the Coral Dragon. Discard the Tsushinoko. And then destroy their Nibiru. So we're going to use that. Discard the Tsushinoko. Destroy their Nibiru. Yes, and then we can use the Tsushinoko in the grave to summon itself back, and then we just attack. Potentially, we could go for also something like Vermilion Mech here, and we have Snow in the grave for interruption as well as Droplet. So, it was a pretty clean match. Right, this time we have Roar, Allure, Double Emergency Teleport, Grasslook Screener. Oh my god, this hand is busted. Let's see what they have, or what they even play. They don't play True Draco, which is a good sign, because we don't have any back row removal so far. So, if they play a combo deck, if they play something like Speed Droids once again, because we play against that deck quite a lot. I have a hair on that microphone. Alright. We play a lot against a lot of Speed Droids. So, if they play something like that, I think this hand is just absurdly good versus that. They play Foolish Burial. Interesting. They put Doppel Warrior in there. So probably they have Junk Synchron in hand or something. Alright, tuning. So they're gonna end on a huge board. And if it's the double Quasar board, it's gonna be difficult to break, I feel like. Let's see what they end up with. Alright, so they ended with Stardust Charge Warrior, Stardust Dragon, and a face down. Alright, that's not too much. I feel like it doesn't... I thought that the Junk Speeder combo pretty much enables, like, the Quasar combos, where you go shooting Quasar Dragon and stuff. Apparently not. Alright, let's start with Grass Looks Greener. I mean, their deck is already quite thinned out, so we're gonna mill, like, 26 cards or something. If this goes through, even. If they have Ash, maybe not. Alright, this goes through. I think that we win on the spot, right? No matter what. Destrudo, we mill Destrudo, we mill also... Oh my god, it's not even too good of a mill. Mizuki, Snow, of course. Dragon Dark, alright, double Mizuki. Plex Spreader, okay, this is a very, very good mill. It's a very, very good mill. Alright, let's go for a lure first. We can allure for... maybe... I don't even know for what we even want to draw here, but we definitely want to banish the Dragon Roar. We draw Hawk. I mean, that's already super, super good. We're gonna use the Dragon Roar. We can potentially get a Dragon Roar from the deck even, or a Dragon Dark, depending on what we have. We have a Dragon Dark, so we're gonna go with that because we didn't mill the Thunder Dragon Duo from what I've seen. We can still add that to our hand. We are going to activate the Destrudo in our grave. When a card or effect is activated, that would destroy a card on the field. So they can negate the Yazi with this, but the Yazi can still trigger to summon something from the deck, and we didn't mill the Mari Mari as well, which is something we always have to look out for. Did we mill the Mari Mari or not? Right, we're gonna use the Destrudo on the Dragon Dark, getting the Destrudo down to level 2, so we can go for level 7 Synchro. And this is just, honestly, this is very straightforward now. We're gonna go for the Yazi, and we definitely want to get rid of this back row, because it's the only card that could potentially annoy us here. So we're going to use Dragon Dark. Dragon Dark is going to add Thunder Dragon Duo as a nice little boss monster that we can use. Let's get it. And then Yazi is going to destroy their back row if possible. Let's do that. Activate Yazi, target itself, and the back row. We can just blandly run into the Stardust Dragon, and it won't even matter probably. I mean, at least it gets rid of the Stardust Dragon then, right? What is this? Face-up card you control leaves the field by your card effect or activates... Alright, this is too much to read. I don't think this does anything. Face-up card you control leaves... Because we destroy this just immediately, right? Okay, we're going to trigger the Yazi. Going to summon a Mari Mari from the deck. Going to summon a lot of different tokens. So let's put off the trigger here so that it doesn't ask us every time if we want to summon Snow. Let's summon a bunch of tokens. We have to see if we're going to summon more than 2. Because usually that doesn't even change a whole lot. I don't think we need more than that. So now we can go for the Coral Dragon. Yes, summon that out. And then the Coral Dragon and the token. We're not going to use the Coral Dragon's effect to destroy, because that's kind of unnecessary in this scenario, I feel like. Oh, that's not what I wanted to... Now I misclick exactly in the moment that I say it. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they're gonna get rid of it now, and yeah, let's just target the Stardust Dragon. So they're gonna use the Stardust Dragon effect. We just want to get rid of that card anyway, and then the Coral Dragon will even draw us a card in the process. So it's not even too bad. But we could have gone for Zeta here and just banished the Stardust Dragon. Would have been the more, you could say, you know, like a nice way or whatever you wanna call that. It doesn't really matter, because now we can just use Thunder Dragon Hawk and get back the... actually, we could get back the Thunder Dragon Roar. You know what? Maybe we can go for more of a cheeky play here and actually use the Plex Spreader Zombie. Returning maybe an emergency teleport. Do we already have one Gamma in the grave? Yes, we do. So we return one of the emergency teleports because it's dead in the hand. And then we can go for Mistworm. Get all their cards back to the hand just because we can and because it's fun. We run into every hand tap with this, but I feel like I just want to showcase the power of this deck and what it can possibly do. Yeah, we return all of their cards. And this is already a 25 beater, and we can special summon the Thunder Dragon Duo by banishing whatever, a Gamma exactly, and then maybe something like a Nessie, it doesn't really matter. And then we summon this out, and we can even use Teleport to get, yeah, let's actually do this. We use Teleport, get out a Gamma from the deck, go for Baroness with the Duo and the Gamma, and then we can use Roar in the hand. No, we can't use Roar in the hand because we already have used the Roar to, how do you say it? Like, we already used the Roar to special summon out the Thunder Dragon Dark, but now we can normal summon the Snow, and then we go into the battle phase, and in the battle phase we're going to attack with Baron de Fleur, we're going to attack with the Fairy Tale Snow here, attack with the Mistworm, and then in the battle phase we can activate the effect of the Snow in the Grave, and then we just attack for game. So as you can see, through normal boards like this one, we can just OTK very easily, and you see we even have Mizukis and stuff, we even have Uni-Zombies lying around in the grave. So if we would have needed a more to push, we could have also played this more safely, of course, playing around certain hand traps and stuff, but this was a very quick, efficient way to get to where we wanted to get, reducing, of course, life points to 0 and just winning the game. Also quite straightforward. Let's look at another game, maybe one last one. Alright, we open Jackalope, Snow, Destrudo, Nessie, Bigfoot. Hands really good, honestly. Even for going second, having 3 dangers with Snow and Destrudo is already a very, very good hand. Dude, they once again, they just set 2 cards and pass. Alright, let's see what we can pick up. Desires, that's always very, very good. Let's start with this. So potentially just baiting out an Ash immediately. Alright, we don't, but we get Solitaire. I think we want to normal summon Solitaire first. Then activating the Bigfoot, just get a 3k body on the field immediately. And we want to use this as the first one, because it's the worst one to get sniped out of the hand. So we want to... Ring of Destruction, interesting. Why do they play... I'm confused, but it's fine. We just activate the Bigfoot, we just do our thing. We activate the Bigfoot, discarding the Destrudo. Oh my god, that's even like one of the best cards to discard. Getting it on the field, that's a 3k body. Very, very good. We use this first because it won't get sniped that way, or the likelihood is not that high. So we use a Lure of Darkness, drawing 2 cards. We get Thunder Dragon Dark, banish that, of course. And then we use the effect and get Thunder Dragon Hawk, I feel like. And then Hawk can get us back the Thunder Dragon Dark, and then you just start playing from there, honestly. You can once again just go for Yazi and do all those different things, you know, go for Mari Mari, and if they hit you with maybe, well, maybe a Nibiru this time around would be a bit more devastating. Yes, so if we use this Destrudo, we could also, on the Dragon Dog, we can also use Bigfoot and the Destrudo if we want to play it really safely to go for Baroness here. Maybe we actually want to do this. You know, why not? Let's take this route here. I don't know where this is going to end, but let's try it out for this. We could have set the droplet here first before we activate the danger effect as well. We get rid of Snow. Oh my god. We're getting a bit lucky here as well, but it's also the fun, I think, about playing this deck, in my opinion. So now we can set the droplet. If they don't hit the Thunderbird now, we're very lucky, of course. But it doesn't really matter. We can just activate the effect. Get rid of their monster that's face down here. We could have obviously popped this with the Baroness as well. Right, it was Brotor. Interesting. Gonna use Nessie here. Get rid of Maxi, which is nice because we can draw another card. See if we can get something. They're already only on 7-5 life. So that's 46, 51, 66. And then we can use Snow and win that way, right? So we just attack with everything. And that's game already. So you don't even have to synchro summon that much. You can just summon a bunch of monsters and do it that way. That works as well. This deck is so much fun, honestly. And in the Synchro event, I feel like it's even more fun than in the usual ladder, because everything's so weak. Everyone's playing such weak decks for some reason. And this is just powerful as hell. Like, it. Alright, this was quite a similar deck list to the one that we showed off a couple of months ago, but still with a couple of changes for the Synchro event. Specifically, let me know what you thought of it. Would there be some Synchro monsters that you would maybe throw in this deck? Alright. That's it for me. I hope you loved the video, and I will see you in the next one very, very soon.